I was trying not to have it spray everywhere, all right?
First off, you can't open a fucking Vizzy at your house. You had to use a key
That
to get
was
into. 'cause
such
you
a
can't
bitch to
pop
open.
a fucking tab.
No, I popped a tab and then the little door thing barely went. It was, like the tab would go, but the door wouldn't open.
Thing.
The door thing. I don't know. What would you call it?
The tab. I don't
No,
know.
the tab is this.
The hole?
Well, it's not a hole at first, is it? So the door to the hole.
The magical trap door that holds the beverage.
All right. As I take a sip out of said magical hole that had the beverage trapped.
That's going in there. Bro.
Welcome to OC Fan TV, where you never know what you're going to get at the beginning of the episode, middle of the episode, or end of the episode.
Fucking hell.
I'm in danger, bro. What the fuck?
Hey, that's why I sat over here today.
Holy shit.
All right. So we're coming off of a 2-1 win to Philly. I really don't... None of us had us winning, right? No,
Yeah. I had us tying.
Speak
I
into
was
the mic.
I was the most positive one here.
That's
So-
cap. I said delusionally we come out with a win. I forget if it was like 2-1 or 1-0, but I did put that into existence.
I said Carr was going to get a hat trick.
Yeah, that wasn't even close to happening, was it? He didn't touch the pitch.
He's hurt.
Good.
That's just rude.
I'm sorry that you're hurt, but apparently it's better for the team when you don't play, so. Your favorite player scored on the day, too?
No, fuck that guy.
Favorite player on an opposite team?
Andres Pereira, you are a fucking bitch.
Well,
Do not dance against us. We brought you into this league, and we believed in you, and you didn't perform well for us. You go to Philly, you score a goal, and you dance on us, and you look like you got fucking traumatized by Barney. You can't dance, so stop
hold
it.
on. There's layers to that, because what? Didn't the Barney guy get...
Yeah, the whole Barney situation's kind of fucked, but I thought you were going to say we brought you into this league, we can take you out of it. I thought that's where that was going.
Nope.
I mean, we really can't do that, so... All right, fair.
But yeah, show us some fucking respect.
Yeah, he was livid because you already don't like Andres, and then that happened, and the goal itself pissed you off, and then him dancing was just like adding another layer of disrespect to
Yeah, it was not
how
great.
you feel.
And the dance was just terrible. So, like, if you're going to dance against your former team, make it good, at least.
It kind of looked like the I only know it from FIFA, but it's like the one where the guy's arms are straight and he's like doing this.
Yeah, like
it looked like a knockoff version of that.
I honestly can't even remember it because I didn't get to watch the full game. I saw like a little bit of the highlights, but I couldn't watch it. I was at work.
Knockout version of a celebration for a knockoff player.
Wow.
Fuck you, Andres.
Who's he a knockoff of then?
Felipe, bro. I don't even fucking give a damn. Any one of our midfielders.
All right, fair. I would have said like Cartagena or Mo.
Fair.
Can we talk about how I went 10 of 11 for the starting 11? I was off by starting Enrique over Duncan, which I was planning on doing, but
Well done.
I was fucking spot on.
I think there's...
I deserve some praise for it.
I can't remember who. There was someone in the Discord that said the same thing, but I can't. I think it was it Felipe that they missed? I can't remember who it was, but someone else was also one person off. So we're getting to that point where we can read what Papi's going to do. Also, having a lessened squad doesn't help. Less players to choose from.
We didn't really know what was going to go on without having Facundo out there, but it kind of looked like the midfield was less chaotic.
A little more free-flowing, you would say?
Yeah. And I don't know if that's because Facundo and Ojeda are similar, but we got to figure out how to use them both on the field at the same time because they have not looked great playing near each other.
It was almost the same situation, like the Ojeda-Facundo situation, is the same situation we saw when Mo was trying to play in that 10 role last season, and then Facundo would cut in. We're seeing the same thing. So, I mean, that kind of needs to be resolved, whether it's Ojeda having to stay out wide or Facundo staying out wide. I really wouldn't mind that because the one in the middle is still a very creative, good player. And now we've seen in the past 2 matches what Ojeda can do: a goal and assist against Philly, and then a goal against who did we just lose? Charlotte. So he's got 3 goal contributions in his last 2 matches. If he's gonna be the guy this season, if Facundo kind of takes a step back, is that for the better, or would you rather still have Facundo as a guy and Ojeda have to take that step back?
I would prefer us to figure out a way where they can both shine on their own. And
Well,
still,
But you're not gonna have both of them like 14 goals, 11 assists.
why not?
Well, that's just
Philadelphia had that last year with Gazdag and someone else. One of their other players, I forgot. There was a few teams, and Austin had it with Fagundes and what's that guy's name? Drusy or whatever.
Driussi.
So there's teams that do have, and those are the top teams in the league. And now that we have 2 players capable of it, you would want our coach to figure out a way to.
Doesn't Fagundes play more out wide though,
Yeah.
or a little bit wider? Well, okay. Well, then so he's contributing. Why can't we do that same thing where Ojeda has to be out wide or Facundo has to be out wide, and one of them stay central? Why do both of them have to play in the middle?
Because the thing is, the way Papi plays with the right back pushing so far up, you have to have
He has
that
to
right
cut in.
mid cut. Unless you want to swap one of them over to the left side and have Angulo kind of play that right side. That's the only reason. That's the only way I see them staying out wide.
Did Angulo play on the left or right this match?
I have no idea.
It was right.
I was gonna because his goal came off of the right side. He hit it with his left foot,
Yeah.
put it far post.
It was right, and Ojeda was out left.
No, I swear it wasn't Ojeda in the middle.
Nah, Mo was, but he
Oh, yeah,
played
he was.
as like a second striker, kind of.
Oh. So this has Angulo on the left.
Oh, well, football can fucking.
Wasn't that
suck
like on a counter or something,
The second goal.
the second goal? It was Ojeda
or a
cut
breakaway
into the
type
box.
of thing?
Nah, he like cut into the box and it got deflected, and he like went to the like top of the box, and Mauricio
this
passed
way,
it in, and he turned around and slid it through to Angulo. It was a pretty nice goal. I cannot lie.
The first goal I think was even better.
Well, yeah.
That was
And-
Enrique. Yeah.
You would argue that Ojeda should have had 2 goals on the night, because
Yeah,
that one
in
in
the
the
87th
end of the
minute.
game was should have been another goal.
Duncan should have had another assist.
He deserved that, to be honest.
He did. I thought the ball. It was Ojeda that played Duncan the ball on that run, right? I-
Possibly.
I think it was because when we were watching the highlights again earlier,
Yeah. He
It
did
was-
make a run.
I remember
way back
watching the game. When we were watching the game, I was like, "Wow, what a shit ball!" And then it made its way through. I thought there wasn't enough power on it. I think it was Glesnes that was trying to cover Maguire on the run. That I just thought was going to catch up to it, but it got through. And then Duncan doing what we thought Kara should be doing this whole time. He was facing Glesnes, so he was actually kind of taking him on. And then he megged him and found a way to get the ball to Ojeda. And then Ojeda
Yeah, Ojeda played the ball out. I'm watching it right now.
just kind of shot the bed on the finish. Put it right at
so bad. Like, you have the entire goal to aim at, and you decide to try to sneak it in between the keeper's legs. I don't get the reasoning there. Like, you'd expect someone who we've seen promise from make that kind of like,
especially when what he's done the last 2 games.
yeah, like you'd expect him to make a better decision there. But I mean,
At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter that he missed that. But if we did find a way to like tie that game or lose because of that, I feel like it would be a lot bigger of a problem than it is.
That the volley that Kai Wagner had,
Oh yeah, that was fucking
like the massive cross the field, and then it was on the far side of the 18.
oh
and
yeah,
he the left foot volley the one time. Like if he would have scored that, I would have just put my hands up and be like, you know what, fair play.
Mhm.
Because if he manages to put that right in the like where the near post meets the crossbar, and it goes crossbar down in, you're not doing anything about that. So, I think that was. They had a couple good chances in the second half, but they just could like. When we were looking at it earlier, XG doesn't like tell the story of the game, but when I saw that we had more second half XG than them, like you would think watching that second half that they would technically have more expected goals, right? They just had more shots, more chances.
Well, I'll say, the fact that they had over double our shots and they had what 0.2 less xG than us.
Teams can get like angry with not being able to get through and
Yeah.
just shoot
Yep.
to shoot. And I feel like that's a little bit of it because I feel like we had the better chances, but we didn't do anything with them in the second half.
Yeah, we created more quality chances, like the Ojeda one that he didn't finish in the 86th, 87th minute. But when you create those chances, you're going to get goals. It's just kind of a story of them having, I was going to say them not having our shooting boots, or them having our normal shooting boots, and us actually being able to finish for once. But I just don't think they created the same caliber of chances that we did. Agreed?
Yeah, well, I
Okay.
mean, regardless, I think a big part of that had to do with Mason having a pretty good game and goal.
Tonight.
He made some really good saves, some not so great passing out of the back, but I think he served his purpose, did his job well.
The save on I think it was Glesnev's free kick.
Oh,
The
the one
diving
that was
save.
like kind of top ends ish.
Probably
Yeah.
would have been, not really in the corner, but it was a nice shot, even better save. And then he had the other save off the header on the back post, diving to his right.
Mm-hmm.
That was fantastic from him. So for him to step up in a big way, going onto the same field where he didn't have his best game against Philly last year when we went there and lost 5-1. It's great to see from him, knowing that we have him where you can have him in between the sticks if Pedro were to stay in the Spanish jail for another 2 months.
Yeah,
But luckily
I
that's
was
not
gonna
happening.
wait for the Dave's dickhead of the
Wait.
week, but fuck the Spanish police. Don't fucking touch my goalkeeper like that.
Or
you
Yoshi.
fucking
I'll say it.
Yoshi
pussy.
was
Don't
really-
forget, Yoshi was involved
I
in
know.
that too. I started with Yoshi.
Good. And Pedro said, "Yeah, you gonna touch him? Bet. Fuck around, find out." Bro, he's an octopus. He has fucking 8 arms. He was probably slapping shit up.
I don't know how to transition from that, honestly.
Okay.
Anything else on the Spanish police before we move on? Actually, well, it's Dave's dickhead of the week, so if you want to say something.
Welcome back to Dave's Dickhead of the Week. Today's dickhead is the Spanish police. Brought to you by Bryce Miller.
Fuck yourselves.
We're going to have the Spanish police trying to extradite us to Spain. Sorry about that. Our soundboard decided to just turn off. But on the bright side, we do have the new Elgato cam links working today. So hopefully you're not seeing any bars that we've had, or the camera's just not cutting out, audio's not cutting out. So as scuffed as our podcast is still going to be, it's going to be a little bit less scuffed. If you're subscribed to the Patreon, thank you. You're helping a lot, making us have a little bit more quality in our podcast. And or if you're just giving us money through Buy Me a Coffee, thank you very much. It all goes back into making our setup not terrible. So
Maybe not terrible, but a little less terrible.
a little less terrible. That's how we can do it. You were saying something about Ojeda.
I was just saying I like how he takes shots, and they aren't just random shots. They're like good quality shots, and it's going to lead to a lot more goals for either him or, say, rebounds, and we start getting players crash the box.
I was going to say not even necessarily goals, but just good chances in front of net that can lead from,
Yep.
or that can happen from taking a shot outside the box, bouncing one in front of the keeper, it spills, kind of like Lukaku and Buffon in the Champions League a couple of years back.
Yeah, I mean, long shots from Ojeda have seemed to not hit the target at all this year. But eventually, if he hits one with some knuckle, and like we saw, I think Mason had one where he just kind of had to punch it away, and it wasn't the greatest punch away. But you force a keeper to do that, eventually, someone like an Enrique or a Jacqueline
Or Duncan
McGuire will be there to clean that up.
You need to get Jacqueline's name out of your mouth, bro.
I was gonna
He's
say,
still playing MLS next. He's
Did he not come on and play against
did-
Charlotte? And did he almost not score in about what? How many minutes did he play?
he didn't score though.
He did have a really good chance, though.
But
I mean, notice how we've named every striker except for our should be starting
DB.
number 9.
Magic lost by 5. They covered, though. Good teams cover. All right. So now we're going to get into some of your suggestions of what you want us to talk about, starting with the good people on Discord. If you have not joined our Discord yet, the link will be in the description of this video, so go ahead and join. It's free. You just get to talk to a bunch of other Orlando City fans and invite your friends while you're at it. So the first one we're going to go with is a question. It says, it's not very, it doesn't pertain to a game. It's just a general question. It says, should VAR always be looked at, or should it be like football and hockey where the coach has to call for a review? I think it should. It's the way it is kind of nice.
It should be always be looked at, but not always by the main official. Like if he needs to go and have a look, he should. But like if it's something small, it should be coming through like his ear, so it can be played faster.
So pretty much the way how it is right now.
Yeah.
So I'll say if you switch over to a coach's challenge, do you give them like a certain amount of challenges? Like if you lose this, you're done.
Yeah.
I could see Papi.
Red flag.
Red flag. Nah, I'd be keeping one in my pocket from the stands.
No, I think that just, as much as VAR already has kind of messed up the continuity in football and just kind of like how it plays, we never had a review system in place in the sport before VAR came in. And if you give the coach a chance to challenge something, it'll just mess it up even more. And I think, for the most part, about 65-70% of VAR decisions are correct, I think. But the ones that they mess up hurt teams in a lot of ways. And that's just another problem of human error. And it's not really up to like the technology or how they're called. It's just who's making the decision. So
yeah, I mean, like also if you switch over to that coach's decision and you have a coach lose that challenge and something else happens later in the game where they want to use that challenge, it completely fucks them over out of something useful that would have been looked at normally, but now you don't get that opportunity.
Yeah. Any thoughts? No?
I said what I said.
Sorry. All right.
Fucking macho man over there. I said what I said.
All right, next one says, I'm pissed people are content with mediocrity and saying the season just started, they have to gel together. Yes, St. Louis is an expansion team and 5-0 and 0 technically. They didn't have to gel either. That's a fair point. About 60% of our team is still together. We just have a decent amount of new. Gosh, can I finish my sentence?
No. Yes, go.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. It's fine.
I'm just pissed about how many fucking free chances this fucking team gets. St. Louis.
Oh yeah, the pass back to
fucking
Klaus.
4 goals just passed right back to him.
Yeah.
I haven't seen them play, so I have no idea how they get their goals.
Go fucking watch it, bro. It's like FIFA.
It's like center backs trying to pass it back to the keeper, or like a left back trying to pass it back to a center back, and their forward Joao Klaus is literally just standing there doing nothing. They just pass him the ball. He walks up to the keeper, slots it away, goal. It's happened 3 or 4 times.
He must be back there like, pass. And they're just so fucking stupid.
But
I mean, yeah, it's annoying. We should have been jailed, or that should not be an excuse anymore.
Yeah, we're at the point now with 7 or 8 total matches played in this season.
Something like that.
And, the gel thing, like, give them 3 to 5 matches. Facundo and Ojeda training together every day. Papi's got to get it right at this point.
I'll say, yeah.
At this point, it's not really the gel that needs to happen. It's the manager needing to get the tactics right. It's what we kind of talked about with either Facundo playing out wide or Ojeda. You brought up the example of Diego Fagundez and Sebastian Driussi.
Yeah.
It's like, they're fine. So why can't our guys figure it out? If it's not them, it's got to be Oscar, yeah?
I'll say, yeah, I understand if there's like a new manager, you give him time to install his tactics. You have a ton of new players on your team. It takes time for them to walk in. But, like, a lot of the guys we have in our starting 11 are guys that have been here for a couple years at least. They should know how to play. They should know how Papi likes to play. Like, you look at who do we lose to at home last match? Charlotte, worst team in the league, right? There's really no excuse for us to be losing there. Minimum should have gotten at least a point.
Should have been 3.
Yeah, I mean, we have already run out of excuses for Orlando City. Right now is the time where we have to deliver results. We have a team that's been here for years. introducing a couple new players in the squad, but it's not that much to say we need to gel.
All right, I got to remind me before we end the podcast that I have a question. I'm just not going to interrupt what we're doing
Heard.
right now. All right. Moving on to Twitter. First one, well, it's a long one. How can we stay consistent all game? We played amazing for 10 minutes, and then we stopped playing the way we did and conceded a goal. Also, we need a better backup goalie because Mason is something else. Wait, what? Also, we need a better back.
¿Qué
Interesting.
pasa, puto?
Also, Andre, can you stop? It's going to be loud. Andres Pereira or what? Also, Andres, like the third to bottom line.
Also, Andres Pereira, or
What?
with the F you spell his name, can go fuck
Or
himself.
however.
Pussy.
Yeah.
I agree with the last part. 100%. Fuck that guy.
I don't agree with the Mason.
I
mean,
don't agree with that at all.
Yeah, his passing wasn't great for a couple minutes, but he made some great saves that possibly won us that match.
He made a few great saves that Joe Bendick did not fucking make, and that was our backup keeper. So we're blessed to have a backup keeper that's competent and can come into a game and get 3 points on the road.
Any thoughts on this?
Honestly, not a whole lot. I also disagree with the statement. I think Mason, he did his job. The goal we conceded was not his fault, right? We lost markers back post. Shit happens. No, he did his job after that.
I think the consistency thing comes down to exactly what Papi tells him to do also. Just I think we've all said that enough, though. Next one is thoughts on Mauricio Pereira playing the 10 spot. Seemed more fluent and able to play balls higher up the field. Yes, no?
Can you repeat that question?
Thoughts on Mauricio Pereira playing the 10 spot. Seemed more fluent and able to play balls higher up the field.
I'd agree with that. At some points when he was playing at the 8, it seems like he couldn't get involved into the attack.
Can you say that again?
When he was playing deeper in the midfield, it seemed like he was having trouble connecting that to our attack. So having him higher up the field allowed it to flow more freely.
So, really quick, would you be mad at a consistent midfield / our front three, not counting the striker in the scenario, of Araujo and then Cartagena or Felipe, Mo, and then Ojeda, Facundo?
No, I would prefer that at
But
this
then
time.
both Facunda and Ojeda currently want to be in the middle, and you still have Mo in the middle.
They need to learn how to play like the corners of the 18. Like, they don't need to be so far in. They can still have some width and still have the opportunity to come inside, but they need to, learn how to not fucking
Clog the middle.
Yeah.
I mean, Mo played outright, although he was decently younger at this point. He was playing outright for Krasnodar. So, I mean, he has the ability to play out on the right. I just think having more speed in Ojeda and Gulo or Facundo out wide would benefit us more. And if Mo can play the balls into them, if they're running them behind or they cut across, I just think, honestly, front three of Angulo, Facundo, and Ojeda, that could be a dream.
Have either Facundo or Angulo up top? Or,
No.
You could have any one of those.
I was going to say, no, throw Duncan up top, have him as kind of a hold-up, and then all three of them can play off of Duncan. They all have speed.
So who's playing that 10 then?
Let's say Ojeda in the middle, Facundo out right, Angulo out left, Duncan up top.
So then are you benching Mo?
That's the only thing. Can you bench your captain? We kind of had this talk in the offseason. Although he was decent. He played well.
That's how we started out the season playing, though.
Angulo, Facundo, and Ojeda?
Yeah. And Mo was playing 8.
In the first game? Well, yeah, so maybe Mo doesn't have to play. But if Mo eventually is going to get to the point where he can't be our reliant playmaker anymore. So if we keep Angulo, one of the three of Facundo, Ojeda, Angulo is going to have to step up and be one of those guys. But I think Angulo is better out wide. So
I think Angulo's the most likely to stay out wide and not drift in. And I think you're right. This may be the time where we have to look into managing Mo's minutes a little bit more now that he's getting older to kind of conserve his legs. So I mean, I wouldn't be too mad at that. It seems like a pretty good idea.
All right, I went on a rant on that one.
Was
I
that your
apologize.
question about later?
No, I already forgot that.
I know what you were gonna say.
What was I gonna say? Because I actually want to know.
Was it? I forgot who it was. I'm not trying to call you out, but it was that someone on Twitter was like, "Oh, are we too toxic and do we put too much pressure on the team at home?"
Oh no, I don't know.
That's not what you were gonna say.
No, I already
Okay.
forgot what I was gonna say. My
All right,
memory is
never mind.
horrific. Fair. Next one. Thoughts on if or how we can break down Trashville's defense? Wow, shots fired already.
I don't know.
Make Walker Zimmerman play a pass out of the back.
Yeah. Let's see. Their last lineup was a 4-4-2. Daniel Lovett's playing left back. Let's see, what's your first name? Jack Maher playing center back. Walker Zimmerman center back. And one of our worst players in the World Cup, Shaq Moore, playing right back.
Oh, easy. Attack him all game long.
He had an assist last match.
Against who?
Last starting 11. Let's see. They played Cincinnati. They lost. What? Oh, no, he has one assist on the season. Apologies.
Yeah.
They've lost their last two 1-0, though. They lost in New England 1-0 to a Gustavo Bo 52nd minute goal, and 1-0 in Nashville to Cincinnati to a Brandon Vasquez 48th minute goal.
You know, the only thing that scares me about fucking Nashville is that motherfucker, Hani Mukhtar.
Yep.
He's the only guy. And he always does it against us. Every fucking time.
And it's always at home too, right?
Yeah.
He's always
And he
celebrating
comes
in front of the
right
wall
in front of the
every
fucking wall,
time.
Little fucking T-Rex looking motherfucker.
All right, I say
Velociraptor looking motherfucker. You ain't that big.
we're going to save this for hopefully when we record a preview later in this week. It's basically previewing the match. So apologies. We'll get to your question next pod, which should come out later this week. Then we got the legendary David Valentine. He's got two. The first one is, why is this fan base so loyal to managers but quick to go through players?
Cricket.
No.
That's a great question. I think the loyalty with Papi lies in the fact that he's led us to the playoffs.
Technically three.
So is it 2 or 3 years?
No, it's all 3 years he was here.
Well, the MLS is back tournament wasn't really playoffs.
We still had playoffs that year. That was the NYCFC game.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. All right. So
And then 21, what happened?
And then we went to
Was it
Nashville, and
Yeah.
then we went to Montreal.
That's right. So every
Mr.
year he's been here, he's led us to the playoffs.
we got a
On
trophy.
top of the U.S. Open Cup.
And technically MLS is back. We got to a
Final.
final.
Yeah.
So I mean, this
I've-
club has never seen success like this in the MLS.
I think it comes back to that first MLS is back final. We went in there and we're like, oh, we're fucking
Trash.
not going to do
Yeah.
shit. And we came out and we did better than anyone could have expected.
Mm-hmm. Beat LAFC
And
on
I feel
pens.
like
That was great.
We just clinged on to him and what he provided already in the short time that he's been there. And I feel like some people will not let that go.
Yeah, I mean, you can cling on to that, and then you still have all that he's done in the last 2 years post that. So
There's a reason to believe in him, but there's also a reason why we should move on. But that's for every other episode.
yeah. All right. Since you didn't really get to talk about that one, I'm going to let you answer this one first.
Heard.
It says, what is a successful 2023 for Orlando, and why making playoffs to get eliminated in the first round ain't it?
Let's see. Successful season. We're in 3 competitions still? Open Cup, MLS, and then
Leagues Cup, but I mean, that's a separate competition.
Well, it's still part of the season, right?
Yeah.
I don't even know how that's formatted, but
Groups of 3. I think it's one team go through or 2.
So,
And our group is Santos Laguna and Houston.
and then if we win Cruz Azul or Atlanta or Miami.
Yeah.
Or
So it'll be fun.
Pachuca.
all right.
Just go based off Open Cup and MLS right now.
I feel like Open Cup we have to make a run. Otherwise, it kind of makes last season look like a fluke with everything being at home and
Mhm.
kind of barely scraping through. I think we need to be dominant in the Open Cup for at least the first 2 or 3 rounds. I wouldn't be mad at like a quarterfinal or semifinal exit
Well, we only have
to a good team
4 total matches.
in the Open Cup.
Cup, I believe so, because we get a bye because we won.
Okay, I forgot about that.
So-
So I
Round
wouldn't
of whatever quarter semifinal. I think
round of 16 quarter.
is that it. I think we only have 4 matches. So I mean, yes. Let's just say that for right now. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Okay, we should make it to the semifinal. I think that would be a good spot for us. I think we can win it again,
Mm-hmm.
but I wouldn't be upset if we go out in the semis to a good team.
All right, then hold on. Sorry. Where do we have to finish in the league?
Minimum top 5
In the East or supporters?
in the East. Top 5 total. Right now it seems kind of out of hand or out of reach
Mhm.
because of the way we started the season, especially knowing that there's tougher days ahead come late July, August.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it's kind of like a bad mentality to have, but I kind of have that like we're going to slip up eventually anyways. So to be top 5 in the East, make a playoff spot, is that a home first round?
Oh, I don't
What?
even know anymore with the new playoff format.
5th?
Yeah. Cuz first gets the bye, right? And then
I don't think there's.
9-10 is play. 9-10 is playing.
Yeah. No, 8 and
What?
9.
Yeah.
And
correct.
there's no. I don't think. Okay, I don't fucking know. This shit's so fucking stupid. Makes
8-9
my
is playing.
fucking brain hurt
I
thinking
think-
about this fucking shit.
If one has to, if one doesn't get a bye in the first round, or if one gets a bye in the first round, then 1 and 2 should get a bye, and then 3 would play 8, 4 would play 7, and 5 would play 6.
that's what I was thinking,
That'd be too
kind
smart.
of. So
I don't even know how that may not even work out mathematically. Okay, so you want us to be inside the top 5 in the East?
a top 5 in the East or a home playoff spot. That's my kind of like
Heard.
line in the sand.
Yep.
Either one.
What do you want? How do we finish the season?
I would hope at least top 4.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have a good enough team to finish top 4 in the whole entire league too. We gotta figure that shit out though.
We have a good enough team. Do we have a good enough manager?
No. But I would say for a successful season, at least a home playoff game, and at least getting to the semis and the Open Cup.
I forgot to add that up too. What are we going?
Oh.
Well, my whole season prediction, I have to make it to the semifinal of
In the playoffs?
Yeah, in the playoffs. That'd be successful.
Just getting
It's possible.
out of the fucking first round of the playoffs. Because we haven't done that since 2020.
All right, we got to start chugging along, so we got to make the rest of this kind of quick. Yeah, Zach's ACL recovered from the cockroach.
No.
Yeah, I think so. I think I feel decent now. It doesn't pop as much, so I think we're good. Did we miss out on Gio Aquini? Good question. I said yes.
Motherfucker.
I was saying this last season.
I was saying this last season.
Yeah. Well,
It's just fucking stupid.
welcome, mate.
Just not use a fucking player that was just playing in France. Nah, fuck him. He's not good.
He
Yeah, okay.
looked pretty decent for St. Louis, and St. Louis has looked very decent.
He looked decent for us in the 5 minutes he would get a
Yeah.
game.
He won a pen. I know that.
Yeah.
That's thoughts, Gio Aquini.
So fucking annoying.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks to lose him, but I think we did good in getting Ojeda kind of
Yeah, I mean,
fill
bringing in Ojeda was decent.
that role.
But if we don't bring Angulo back,
We're gonna miss out. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I've got a lighthearted one. Thoughts on the promo nights, Bryce? I'm gonna let you go in on this because I don't know them. You know them. You listed them off.
So I listed like 4.
That's fine.
I think the first one's April 1st. The Sea Cows. Bro, I'm about to talk about something. I don't know what the
All
fuck.
right. Yeah. You listed them before. They're all promo nights.
I'll find them.
Isn't one of them the Atlanta game?
Yeah, the kids'
Kids'
night out
Kids'
is the Atlanta
Night
game.
is
I don't know about that.
That's
You
fucking
see,
smart.
it's the right idea, the wrong game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe against like
RSL.
yeah.
I don't even know if we play them at home, but Colorado.
Literally.
Yeah.
Any people that smoke weed and that are nice to be around.
But no, you're gonna put it on probably the most toxic game of
Oh.
the year,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Maybe NYCFC a little more
Miami.
toxic, but
Miami toxic.
any one of those three, that's
Yep.
you don't want to do kids' night then. But
At least it's not Miami. That would have been crazy. And you got Love Unites, Americana Night, Military Appreciation, Kick Childhood Cancer, Hispanic
Classic.
Heritage, and Fan Appreciation. I feel like we always get those. So
Instead of fan appreciation, should be a free night,
free
tickets,
free alcohol.
free out fair. Who
That would be great,
who would
bro.
we play that night?
I have no clue.
Oh, it doesn't
October
say.
7th. Anyways, I feel like we always get, or at least past season, maybe 2, we've gotten these nights. So I think we got them before COVID, and they went away for a while, and they're making their way back, which I appreciate.
We play New England October 7th.
Great.
All right. Now to get through the Instagram ones, we have, is Papi's seat still on fire?
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah,
All right. Fair.
That shit was never taken out of the fire. It was just sprayed with water. It got it cool enough to sit on, but it's still in the middle of a fire pit.
This one goes kind of through the same scenario. It says, just because we won one game doesn't mean Oscar is safe. He's still on the hot seat. Correct. Well done, mate.
facts.
Well done. Who is that?
XV Lewis or Louis _ 92 VX.
Congratulations.
Your boy Andrew says, how do y'all feel about keeping our head coach? So we're just all about Oscar on Instagram apparently. USA versus El Salvador thoughts. We, the US, looked like absolute trash.
I think we're all
Garbage.
in agreement that we didn't spend $50, and that was a good decision on our part.
Yeah, the cheapest wall ticket was 40 each, I think,
Before fees,
before fees.
so like 125 and 85 cents.
I think it was 90. It was either 98.62 or 96.82 was the final price for 2 tickets in the wall, which is just stupid.
They're plotting against Orlando City. Because you see, as soon as they take Daryl off, they feed Papi. What happens? He fucking scores. Should have kept Daryl on the whole fucking game, in my opinion.
And gave Daryl 2 more minutes, and that same run would have been made. Probably would have finished it
Facts.
too. So, any other thoughts on El Salvador?
It
would
was
say?
good to see Daryl back in Orlando again, even though I wasn't there, but
Good to see him roaming the pitch.
where he belongs.
Yep. He did semi call it home, so whether he was talking about the USA or he's probably talking about the USA.
Bro,
but for this
okay.
context, we're going to explore you.
I got a fucking rant.
Make
Bro.
it quick, mate.
Don't fucking interview a player warming up.
Oh yeah,
That
was
is the most fucking idiotic thing I've ever heard. He's trying to fucking warm up. He's like, Gio, here. And they're like, can you hear me, DK? And he's like, yeah,
bad. And then he goes silent. again.
silent. Because
The
he's
thing
fucking
is-
warming up.
It's not a bad idea, but you can't do it with someone who's in a rondo or doing those kind of drills.
Drills,
Like
yeah.
they said, I think they did it with Walker Zimmerman. Some center back that they were just pinging balls like back and forth.
Yeah, that's
You can
fine.
do it there, but like
In a full-on finishing drill.
Yeah. Well, you don't see.
if you're gonna do it earlier while they're doing some other kind of stretches or whatever, not while he's in a drill.
Oh, the one example that I have is watching Monday Night Football. I think they sometimes throw Randy Moss out there with someone he wants to talk to, and they're just standing there. They're both mic'd up. Randy's mic'd up. Whoever he's talking to is mic'd up, and they're just tossing the ball back and forth. You don't see them doing it while like a receiver's trying to run routes or a kicker's trying to kick or offensive linemen are lining up. You see it before they start warming up, or they just pull them off to the side for like 5 minutes because the team is nice enough to allow that. But doing it in the middle of him running drills is just not
they
okay.
did that during the MLB one time. Not to go on a tangent, but like I didn't like it when they had the pitchers mic'd up during the game either. So find other people to do it if you're gonna do it like that.
I feel like totally off topic, but in baseball, like an outfielder.
No, they do
yeah.
that all the time,
Yeah.
but having a pitcher who's involved in every play,
Yeah, that's
constantly
not okay.
thinking is another story.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you thinking about? Can you shut the fuck up, please? Damn it.
All right, that's where we're gonna leave this episode. We will probably be back in here tomorrow recording another episode. So if you, well, okay, here we go. I'm gonna try to do it myself. You couldn't remember Kanata's outro, so I'm gonna try to do it now. If you're hearing the sound of our voices, you're obviously listening to us on Spotify or Apple Music or wherever you find your podcast. And if you're looking at us, you obviously found us on YouTube, Orlando City Fan TV. Then our socials are Instagram at OCFanTV, Twitter at OCFanTV22. Your Jason Christ murder mysteries don't really matter anymore. The man is practically dead. And then TikTok is at OC. I was getting there. I was only through Instagram and Twitter.
Well, you went on your fucking Jason Christ murder.
I was doing it. Like
That's
2
at the
seconds.
end.
Let
dumbass.
me live. TikTok is at OCFanTV. Yeah. Thank you for watching and/or listening. We appreciate it. Join the Discord. Join the Patreon if you want. We're going to be doing a video for that tomorrow too, so if you're in the Patreon currently, look for that. It'll be up soon. And, yeah, good night.